right, I'm Chris Avina with American Outdoor News. I'm here with the host of Live the Wildlife TV, Gus Congemi. Gus, thanks for taking the time to meet with us today.
Who are you? Who are you? What am I doing here? I've known you a long time, Chris. It's cool to see, especially, in these times with this virus. It's kind of cool to see your face. Actually, wait a minute. I take that back. It's not cool to see your face. Chris, if you think this is going to be a totally serious interview, you're out of your mind, right? Because you and I cannot get together without laughing. So,
hey, I could have stayed home for this abuse. I didn't have to go on this.
You actually are home for this, aren't you?
No, I'm in my office. I can't work out of the house.
Oh, really? Really?
Yeah.
Wow,
yeah.
Look at you, man, huh?
Too many distractions.
Man, how you go out to the shed? Is that what you would say? Go out to the shed?
Yeah, I got. I don't have the man cave that you have.
Come on, man. I'm just breaking it off. That's New York.
You have a big year coming up. You just got inducted into the Outdoorsman Hall of Fame in Tennessee. That should be coming up in a couple months, right?
Yeah, it's a pretty cool deal. It's I'm not really sure of the criteria, Chris, but with the way they did it was somebody has to nominate you, obviously, and then they vote on you. There's a board, they vote. I think I came up last year, but I didn't get in last year. I got in this year, and it's an honor for me. Hey, look, you can relate to what I'm saying. We're from New York. They don't consider us. Most of the country does not consider New Yorkers to be good hunters. Has that? I'll keep it really generic. They don't consider when they think.
How the hell did you get in? You're in New York. There's no hunting.
Oh, hey, you got to know somebody. No, you know what the deal is, Chris. I mean, they don't really. I mean, I can't tell you how many hunts I've been on where outfitters or guides have said, you got a New York guy coming. Then they hear it's a New York TV guide. So forget it. Now they're even like they're definitely afraid. They're watching. They
expect you to show up in your black suit with your white on white tie.
They think we're incompetent. Then I'm just for the rest of the country. Don't take this the wrong way. But if you like our president, you'll understand where we come from. That's the kind of what we. That's our humor. So anyway, the fact that they, here we're from New York. So for me, getting in the Hall of Fame is kind of a cool thing.
It's a big thing. For anybody. For anybody.
Sure.
Now, you started hunting late in life.
Yeah. I didn't. My whole deal was I played ball. I played football, ran track. Played ball my whole life. Organized teams. College teams like that. And I never thought about hunting. It just never interested me. We didn't grow up with it. My family didn't do it. And I tasted venison for the first time. And that was I kind of clicked. I mean, I don't know how else I can put it, but I could actually go out and harvest my own food, which meant a lot to me. I'm not much of a gardener or, I know guys who have their vegetable gardens and they're really proud of their tomato plants or whatever else they're growing. That never really appealed to me, but this did. To learn to survive in the outdoors, to be able to harvest your own food, it's a liberating thought to me. And I just started at 31 years old, and I fell in love with the bow. Not much of a firearms guy. I don't shoot it much. I got some great friends like Bobby Hart, guys who have made me custom rifles, and I could shoot them. It's just not my preferred method of hunting. It's all archery. So I started late, 31 years old.
So who took you on your first hunt?
Well, I started hunting with this old German guy up in where I used to have my log home up in Downsville, New York. His name is Carl Hanwacker. He's since passed away, and tough guy, man. He doesn't take any nonsense. He's one of them guys, if you're overweight, man, he's going to let you know about it. He didn't hold back. But so I tasted venison, like I said, at his house. He basically lived a lot off the land. I mean, he's been to Alaska 6-7 times, but he lived off the land. His vegetable gardens were big to him, and he had his hunting, and, he really had an appreciation for the outdoors and the animals. And European hunters, he came over from Germany, and European hunters really have a different respect for the game. I mean, the big thing to him to honor the animal. It was never the just a grip and grin type thing. There was always an honor involved in it. And it appealed to me. So he's the guy who I started hunting with on a local level, like you, upstate New York, local level. And, I'd listen to his stories about Alaska and all these cool places that he's been. And that's where it started for me.
So when, most people that start hunting, they start at an early age. They're in camo in their early teens, and you're in your white suit, black shirt, going to 2001 Odyssey and Zios with your Campezios on and your gold chains and rings and whatnot.
There was a point in high school when I played ball, so a lot of and we had a pretty diverse group, white, black guys, but we were all friends and cool. And we would go to dance clubs at that point when I was in high school. We didn't think about jocks or, any of that stuff. There wasn't really disco. It was dance music. But, man, I'm a Deadhead. So, I go to see the Grateful Dead. In fact, I was just there with my good buddy David Block from Outdoor Edge Knives. We go all the time to Mexico to see him on the beach. So
you're in Cabo San Lucas, right?
Who was that?
Cabo San Lucas?
Actually, no. No. They played in Cancun and Riviera Maya. So the thing is, they were Riviera Maya. Now they went to Cancun, a huge resort. Look, it's when I went to college, that was my thing. I kind of all of a sudden fell into that kind of music. So it's cool scene. So you look like you belong at a Dead show, man.
I was never a Deadhead. I'm a metalhead. I like my rock and roll, but I never got into it. That just never
really appealed to me, man. So, to each his own,
So you've traveled all over the world. Yep. You've traveled all over the world for both pleasure and hunting. Mm-hmm. What's your most memorable hunt?
I've been on a few hunts with my son who doesn't hunt. He works for A&E in history. He could run camera for me, and he's been with me on a few hunts. And like I said, that was a pretty cool bond between us. And, my son has caught some of these, I wouldn't say historic, but legendary type shots of like brown bear standing up. That's all off of video. And he's videoing it. But it's amazing because, he doesn't really have that fear of those animals because he doesn't, Dad's there. It's going to be cool. Dad's going to take care of it. He was young when we were doing it. And, New Zealand was off the charts. We had this huge, it was a number 7 stag taking archery, come up out of the mist, standing in front of us. I mean, it's all captured on video. So there's a lot. I would say the brown bear probably is the most memorable just because I shared it with him. And plus the fact that, for a while it was the SCI #1 archery brown bear. I don't know if Chris Comack has his in. He's Pope and Young. He's #1 now. I used to be #2. Brittingham was 3. Brittingham was 2. Brittingham was 1. I was 2. Now Chris has taken the #1, the new world record. So I'm #3, but I'm not sure if they entered them in SCI. But
the brown bear hunt is what got you into the Fred Bear Society, right?
No, that's just a whole nother thing for Pope and Young. I've got over 70 animals registered in, and the reason I do it is number one, I support the agency. I mean, the organization. I support them because they look out for our rights. It's almost like, we're really into SCI and these things. And I know a lot of people frown on it who don't travel a lot, maybe local hunters, but these are the people out there who are protecting our rights. They're the people who are lobbying for our rights. I mean, there's stuff that'll go on, Chris, that we won't even know happened. And before you know it, you lost your rights to do something.
Absolutely.
When I was traveling to turkey hunt, now I've had to cancel some of my Canadian hunts this spring, but when I'm traveling for turkey hunts, that's the first thing I did was reach out to SCI. They kind of, they gave me people from those states, SCI chapters who could tell me what was going on. So it's great to have them in your corner. And the Pope and Young thing is another organization like that. And look, it's just it's also something where you donate to the future of bow hunting, and it's a great organization. There's some cool people involved in it, and I was pretty honored to be asked to do that.
Now it seems like most of your hunts are so physically demanding. How do you stay in such good shape to go on these hunts?
The truth, Chris, is I'm not anymore. I'll be 62 couple of weeks. And not that that's, I don't know how to put this. Physically, strength-wise, I'm good. The mountain hunts have taken its toll on me now, just wearing you out over the years, playing ball all those years. I'm really starting to feel it. I can't do it the way I want to with a bow. Like I can't explain this. I mean, I could do the rifle thing on a mountain hunt, but the bow, you have to be, it's a young man's game. That's all I'm going to tell you. Like, you're up there and all of a sudden the animals move. My last mountain goat hunt, and we're on this goat, and I had a smaller goat I could have shot at with the bow. And then we see this giant that we want to go after, but it was like, the third day up the mountain. Now you're physically exhausted. Now we got to take off around this mountain. It's another half day. We got weather coming in. It was one of those things when you have to realize, it's almost like a ball player who realizes, he's past his prime, but this is time to retire. I felt like, the bow is going to be a tough one on that. Now, I'm not saying that there's mountain goat hunts you can't do, because there are easier hunts than I was on. But the one I was on in Kodiak was a tough hunt. And I try to keep myself as good a shape as possible, just so I can keep doing what I love.
Mm-hmm. I heard that, and I've never been on a goat hunt, but from what I've read and what I've speaking to people, if you think you're in shape going into it, you're really not in shape and prepared for it. How do you know you're really prepared for a hunt like that?
You're not. Do whatever you think you're doing, and still you're not going to be. But, there's also a desire of being there. You train for it. Where I screwed up on a few of these hunts is I've always gone to Kodiak in November. The outfitter that I hunted with, Big Wild Outfitters, Clay Roberts, great guy. I love him. Known Clay for years. He worked for the guy where I did my brown bear hunts. So I've known Clay for years. He didn't guide me there, but I knew him. And then when he took over the concession on Kodiak, he bought it. He's guided me, but he wants me to go in November because the hair is great on the goats. The problem is, and you know this, like I'm turkey hunting right now. I mean, I was out this morning. I've been out all week. I was in Jersey Monday and Tuesday, Connecticut Wednesday, this morning in Jersey. I knew I was doing this, so I left a little earlier. I'll be in New York tomorrow. So it's that getting up early, like our whitetail seasons, because I do the same thing, Connecticut, New Jersey, and New York for whitetail. So by the time November comes around, I got to be straight with you. I'm pretty burnt out physically. Yeah. Now, if I was going to suggest somebody going on a hunt like that, I would think your best bet is to go early fall. So you're training all summer, get in there at the end of August. The weather is good. Look, the hair on the goats is not as good, but you're fresh. You haven't been burnt out from a long whitetail season. I mean, between black bear, whitetail, I'm just, by the fall in November, I'm running on fumes half the time. And now I have to go to Kodiak on a physical hunt. So that's one thing I would probably do different if I was going to do that hunt again.
Now, how did this evolve into your TV show? What made you want to start a TV show?
I didn't. I met a guy in Canada, Mike Avery. It was Mike Avery's Outdoor Magazine. And Mike did about 25 years of television. He's still syndicated on the radio out of Michigan. So we ran, Mike was a cool guy. I just kind of, big dude, 6'6", just a great guy, real knowledgeable. And he just asked me if I wanted to, I was going on my first brown bear hunt because I've done two. He goes, would you mind filming it? And he sent me a bow and blah, blah, blah. I wound up shooting a turkey and said, hey, man, thanks for the bow. I just shot a turkey. He goes, well, I'm doing a turkey show. You want to send it to me? So I sent him the footage and he ran it on the show. And then we did the brown bear hunt. It just took off from there. And I really had no intention of doing this. I own a construction company and, I've got a lot of guys and we're busy. So I didn't really get into it. But now as time's progressed, I don't have to do as much as I used to with the construction company. So I had more time. But all of a sudden, Mike started doing he wasn't going to do TV anymore. I mean, I think I had 18 hunts for that year to give him. I had gone to Africa and did a few different things. And I'm like, well, all right, the sponsors really like me, so maybe I'll just go to them. And you realize really quickly that there's a business to this.
Oh, absolutely.
And they do like you, but you know what I'm trying to say.
Getting money out of them is a completely different animal.
Well, the equipment was just, they were loading me up with stuff, but getting paid was a tough one. So, I was in for a rude awakening there. You start realizing I'm really appreciating what the other guys did. But, at that point, the hunting the outdoor television world was really starting to peak. And, so I stayed with it. It's my 10th season this year. This is my 10th season.
That's a nice run.
Yeah, it's cool. Cool deal. Yep. Yep. So that's how it started.
So what was your most dangerous situation you've been in?
Oh, by far it was the mountain lion, The mountain lion. I crawled into a cave with a mountain lion. A weird deal. The whole thing was a weird deal. It was, again, it's in the mountains of Colorado. Take that back. It was Wyoming. And my big thing was winter. So, getting through the snow, climbing these hills. Look, as long as I don't have a heart attack, I should be okay. I was practicing for that shot up in a tree. Really wasn't a big deal. Just get a nice bow shot. The dogs will tree them. I'll shoot the mountain lion. Everything will be good. Well, didn't work out that way. The dogs got on this cat. We actually saw the cat. Everything was all videoed, but it was so weird because I glanced across this, canyon and see the cat. I see it, and nobody ever sees the cat before they get him. Well, the dogs get there, and all of a sudden we see one dog and the cat disappear. By the time we got there, there's a cave, and they're like, the dog's in the cave with the cat. He won't leave. So I'm like, all right, they're going, look, dude, you're not going to do it with the bow. Got a pistol here. So one of the other guys goes, you're the guy with the tag. We got to go in there and get him. Like, that peer pressure. That rah.
Come on, go get him.
All right, cool, man. I'm like, all right, this guy knows what he's doing. All right, I'll go in. He's with me. I figure I got the right guy with me,
Yeah, right.
It's like walking in with a big guy, big bouncer into a bar. He wants to do a fight. I'm like, well, I got the biggest guy in the bar. I'm all right. So next thing I know, we get in there and we start crawling in. We hear the dog, and then we're belly crawling, just shoulder to shoulder, going through a tunnel. It went from a cave to a tunnel. So we're getting through, and all of a sudden we hear the cat just, the dog's silent. So we figured he killed the dog. And we're like, we got to get to the dog. So we keep crawling and crawling. All next thing we know, we just caught a glimpse. You hear the cat. This guy opens up his pistol, just shoots it, ends it. Like he has nothing left. It's spent. So all of a sudden, I'm like, what the hell just happened? All of a sudden I look up, and we had a little light. I see the cat's eyes at maybe 15 feet away. I shoot. The next shot, I shoot, and the cat, the blood squirted, hit me in the hat. That's how close the cat was, and it landed.
Wow.
Now, I came out of there. This is all on video, but I came out, and the reaction was Rambo. Rambo goes in the village, shoots up all the villagers. Everybody's shooting at him, but I didn't have a scratch on me. I said, at best, I'm going to walk out of there, cut up pretty bad. At worst, this thing could kill me because you got to go over the top of us to get out. Because I'm telling you, we got this tunnel block. And, when I look at it now, it's like one of those deals where you're like, man, that was a pretty dumb thing to do. And I told the guy, I'm like, dude, I was counting on you. You emptied your pistol. And next thing I know,
hit anything.
I see these yellow eyes coming at me, dude. It was pretty. I'm pretty confident with my bow. So although maybe it's like something that I shouldn't be doing, I'm pretty confident on that shot. Look, I'm not saying I couldn't die, but I'm confident. I'm not confident with a pistol. And I thought I had. So when you're relying on somebody else, that's when it could get ugly. So that was probably the stupidest thing.
You're lucky.
Look at his face, Chris. You think this is lucky? If you looked like this, would you think you're lucky? Come on, man, huh?
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. So what's next for this year?
We'll do the turkey thing. Like I said, the Canadian hunts are canceled. We ended up picking up a third tent for the Adirondacks. So we're going to do some of our Northeast adventures this year.
A lot of people don't know what it's like hunting in the Adirondack. They just think New York is
right. Well,
it's a cakewalk.
Well,
what's it like hunting in the Adirondack? Because I've hunted the Adirondack, and it's tough, man.
Yeah,
it's tough.
Yep. Yeah, no, it is. It definitely is. It's one of those deals where I got two pro staff guys that live up there, and they've hunted for generations up in the Adirondacks, and they kind of took me under their wing and showed me a lot of. Look, I haven't seen a deer. I would take that back. Last year I saw a doe maybe 500 yards away, but it's really tough hunting. we've killed one deer while we were all up there together with the cameras. They hunt the season. So the one guy, Pat Salerno and Tony, they've killed deer over the years, but it's a long season. You're going to spend the season up there and maybe get a shot at a good buck, but they're mountain bucks and most of them have never seen people. So it's a firearms hunt. I'm going to try bow this year because I'm going to go up earlier. I tried it once before, but it was too late in the season. I mean, there's great food sources. We got cameras set up everywhere. We're going to do 3 different campsites. I'm going to dedicate some more time only because everything that's going on with the travel, it's a nightmare. I have my, I got my tags in for Wyoming for antelope and mule deer. Hopefully I draw there. We'll do our North Carolina bear hunt, which is again off the hook. If you ever you were thinking about maybe moving down there. It's a hunt you should, with the dogs.
Oh yeah. I'll be there. I'll be there eventually. That's happening.
It's a cool hunt. And, I'll do my whitetail thing. Once whitetail season starts, you know the deal. I'm hunting for probably 4 or 5 different states. So,
being on tour.
Yeah. Like I said, some of the Alaska stuff and Canadian stuff got canceled this year because of the travel and the outfitters. The outfitters are hurt, to be honest with you. I mean, all their spring hunts got canceled. And people are just canceling these hunts, and it's tough because they've already paid the government for these concessions. So that's the rights to hunt here. So they pay their insurances, and it's tough. It's going to be a tough deal, but a lot of people out there right now hurting. So
yeah, we're living through a very trepidous time. It's we've never seen this in our history, and
right.
A lot of people are in a tough spot, especially the outfitters.
They'll adjust. It's like anything else. Everybody will adjust. What got me with this is how many people are ill prepared to live their lifestyle. Now, I don't want to, say the wrong thing here, but when I started eating venison and hunting, it's because I want to be liberated. I'm not a slave to the supermarket.
Yep.
Which I think, is kind of reinforces our lifestyle. What we do, the hunting world, the outdoors men and women who are fishing and hunting, we can survive. I've learned to live. And look, I get it. If people don't want to kill an animal, I totally get it. But if it means your survival, shouldn't you know how to do it? It's strange to me that this society has been working with your hands, and the knowledge that was passed on from generation, all those traditions are being bred out, Chris. I mean,
yeah,
there are literally people who can't do anything with their hands. If we have, some kind of a power, blackout, where we lose the grid, they're basically useless. I mean, they're amazing on when they have technology, but to work with their hands, I just think it's sad. It's a sad. Maybe people will wake up from this and realize that there's, you should at least have the knowledge of how to take care of yourself or how to provide for yourself. And,
well, I'm looking at your, I got you on camera. You have a beautiful cabin that you're in. Did you build that cabin?
It's just my house. We built this. Yep. But it's about the 10th year. Yeah, we've been in here. Yeah, it's a cool place.
That goes right back to working with your hands, doing stuff you can,
Well, that's the thing, dude. I mean, like I've been in construction my whole life, and I'm not saying that it's this we have to, obviously with the TV show, the cameras and the technology and all the social media and stuff that we have to do. I get it. I get all that. It's really cool, but there's still something to be said for being on the side of a mountain in the morning. There's still something that for being and we, like I said, we do it up in the Adirondack, so we'll be setting our own stuff up, and it's just the way I want to live my life, and it's proving to be probably the right way to at least have that knowledge.
Agreed. Yeah. All right. Well, I appreciate your time. Thanks for taking the time to speak to us today. Good luck this season, and hunt safe.
You got it, buddy. Listen, let me know if you're going to do your turkey thing up there, if you're going to come up or you. It's really sad. I don't understand why they don't allow turkey hunting in New Jersey. I mean, in Long Island, where you are.
They do.
It's a fall season or a spring?
It's a fall and spring season, but
right.
You got to go on state land. Who the hell wants to hunt state land?
No, you can't. No, you can't get private land with bow.
I'm sure if I went out east and,
Got it. Yeah.
and knocked on farmers' doors and whatnot, I'm sure I'll be able to. But
You fish much or anything?
I do. And, and not for nothing, we have really big deer on Long Island.
Oh, huge. They're some of the biggest in the state. Yeah.
The reason why I don't, they are infested with ticks.
Yeah.
And Long Island has a really bad Lyme disease problem.
Yeah. I've had it myself. Yeah.
To me, it's not worth the toss-up.
Yeah. No, I hear you. I mean, a couple of my pro staff guys hunt down Long Island. I mean, I do a lot of hunting in Westchester County, New York, and now Rockland County, New York, and we have big parcels of land that are private land because I've done a lot of public land hunting, but it's I was a lot of, especially in Jersey for bear, but they've canceled that now. You can only hunt bear on private land. But yeah, I mean, it just turkey thing for me is just that and the fishing in the spring. So
yeah, and we have big deer right by my house.
Yeah.
But I can drive into like Huntington Bay or Laddingtown and knock on somebody's door and say, hey, can I sit in your backyard and hunt? 2-acre plots. But you're sitting in somebody's backyard.
Yeah,
to me, that's culling. It's not.
I'm not even talking about big deer. I'm just talking about the fact that you can get out and do something. Yeah, but there's great fishing in Long Island, so that's awesome. Especially
I take my son. We'll go down to like Oyster Bay and surf cast.
Right.
Or we'll go out a Captree and go on a charter boat and do some flounder or fishing.
Yeah. It's amazing, man. I used to, when I lived in Brooklyn, I used to work on a fishing boat when I was a kid, in fact, 15 years old. And all the regulations now, because I haven't saltwater fished in a while, I go up to Nantucket every year now, up out of the Cape, and we go on a fluke trip. But, I mean, they're monsters. I mean, I would say that every single trip I've been on, there's been at least one 13-pounder caught. And that 7-8 pound, where like in New Jersey, or Long Island, that would be a monster.
Sure.
That's a good fish. Not you catch smaller, obviously, but very few shorts. Very few. So, so I just didn't realize all the regulations that have changed in the saltwater fishing is where I was going with that.
Yeah they have. And most of Great South Bay has been fished out. Yeah, really? You go on a charter boat, you're not catching any flounder or fluke.
Yeah.
But we have a nice 60-acre lake up by the cabin.
Right.
It's part of the land that we lease. So
right. What kind of fish are the bass up there?
Oh, they've been pulling some nice bass out of there. They did some ice fishing this winter. Pulled out some nice fish. I didn't go up this winter.
Right.
So I didn't do any ice fishing, but it's it's nice up there.
Cool deal. Yeah, it's by me. Yeah, you stop by.
We're 2 exits away. I'll stop by with a bottle of something.
On social media, when you say you're going up to the cabin, I disappear, man.
I call on the way up. You just don't pick up the phone.
I never do.
Oh, Jesus, he's up here. I got to get. No,
I'm always doing. You know what, Chris? It's weird. It's like I'm always doing something. There's always something going on, and whether not appearances, but showing up someplace or a game dinner or somebody, just kind of passing the word,
Yep.
Sharing the good fortune to people who want to, especially with the young people, you really want to get them involved.
Yeah.
Cool deal.
We actually, we did our Dallas Safari Club dinner. I'm on the board of Northeast chapter. We did, we still went ahead with our dinner at Mohegan Sun mid-March.
Wow.
And we had a turnout, not as good as we would have hoped, but it was at the beginning of this.
Things got canceled. Yeah.
Yeah, it was at the beginning of the pandemic, and
sure,
a lot of people didn't show up because of that. But we did okay. We had a nice showing. We raised some decent money for auctioning hunts and whatnot. So we gotta hope that a lot of these outfitters stay in business now. Yeah,
no, I hear you. I've been doing so many self-guided hunts. There's a few animals, like I said, in Alaska, you can't. I'm done with. I've done 2 brown bear hunts. I want to do a grizzly hunt at some point. The costs have gotten crazy, but mountain goat, sheep, black bear you could do, but you can't do brown bear or grizzly. So there's some animals you can't hunt in Alaska self-guided, but moose, black-tailed deer, black bear, caribou, that all could be done self-guided. And those are the hunts I look forward to, these days. It's that self-guided thing is the way to go.
No, maybe I might have to do that with you one day.
Sure. You got it, buddy.
All right.
All right, Chris. Good talking to you.
You too, Gus. Thanks for your time.
All right. Take care.
All right. Bye-bye.